I wouldn't even meet somebody's children without talking to the parent.
You want to talk to the mom before you meet the kids.
There should
Even
be
if there's baby mama drama going on, and there's an issue, you still want to meet her.
I'm not scared of her. Like, what's she gonna do? My name is Sakina Ibrahim. I am 33 years old.
Antonio Goodwin. I'm 44 years old.
I'm hoping to get out of this date meeting a gentleman.
From this date, I'm hoping to get an enjoyable experience.
What would make this an awesome date is having a lot of laughter and having uncommon things in common.
A lot of laughter, a lot of good conversation, probably actually a good connection and a new perspective would actually make it an awesome date if I learned something new. Or looked at something differently than I had before.
Okay. What would make this a terrible date is if he can't hold conversation and if he's like nervous and insecure.
No conversation, no eye contact. I think that would definitely make it a terrible date.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good.
Good. Antonio.
Sakina.
Sakina.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Let's do it, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Can't have those though, I have an allergy.
No worries.
Yeah,
No.
that will kill me. It'll be a really bad date.
Far away.
Should we make a toast?
Absolutely.
Get this party off.
Absolutely.
Right?
To discovering our new experiences.
Ashe. Where are you from?
Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in LA?
Oh, been here for about 20 years now.
Oh, forever.
Yeah.
I'm from Massachusetts originally.
East Coast, okay. All right.
Yeah, I've been here, I think 12 years.
Okay.
12 years. I came here for grad school.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I followed a woman here.
Wow, good. It got you here.
That part.
I left one back there, so.
You ran from one, I can't.
Right.
The stuff we do for love and relationships, like we'll move mountains or move ourselves around the mountain to make that happen.
Yes. I would handle a rough patch by supporting my man, by giving him the space to do his man thing and go through the various emotions, and being of service, not breathing down his back, because for me, I'm doing this consciously, so I know that he's able to provide, but life happens, there's ups and downs and hardships that happen, so I would do my portion to hold down my side of the castle and, think about how to strategize with him, but also try not to project or, you should do this or we should do that, but just, say, hey, babe, how are you feeling? I believe in you. Encourage him, affirm him, pray for him, would fast, do what we got to do to, go to God and ask for a way to be made out of no way. Cause, yeah, and I've walked that road too. Yeah.
Would it matter why he lost his job? Like if he got fired for, behavior or something like that, or just he decided to go off on
He had to go there.
I mean, could that matter? Like sometimes, if it's a layoff at they just decide to close the department. It's one thing versus something that he got written up for. We've gone back and forth a few times about it, and then I got fired for that reason. What type of support?
Honestly, it doesn't matter why he lost his job, because if that's my partner, I have his back either way. So if it's not anything crazy like sexual harassment or you know what I mean? That's like a whole different issue we have to deal with. But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's like that's why we decided to partner. So when you fall, I have you. When I fall, you have me. We hold each other up. That's supposed to be the point,
Okay.
Okay. What examples of marriage did you see growing up?
In real life or just anywhere?
I mean, I guess the Cosby Show counts.
It does. It does. That's probably. So my mother was a big fan of Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams.
Oh, nice.
So that classic, that old school black classic love. It wasn't really demonstrated that way in my house. It was one of those. It was a struggle. We were well off as far as we didn't need for much. I lost my mother early. I lost my mother when I was 12.
Sorry.
But I'm the youngest of 3 boys, and I was mama's boy. I was the baby. And so I got a lot of love, a lot of affection, but I didn't really see that between them unless it was an occasion. Birthday, anniversary, Christmas. But day to day, not much. So the Cosby Show and those types of shows did help with seeing what it's supposed to look like. I think one of the unintended consequences is it seems very like pie in the sky, way out there, not quite realistic, just like that. Like if you get a version of that, you'll settle. But me and I'm very hopeful, I should say. I'm very idealistic.
Okay.
So I keep looking for it. I keep believing in it. There was a time when I did not. There was a time I'm like, this stuff is literally in R&B songs and Cosby Show, and that's it. It does not exist.
Wow.
All the Babyface songs and the Quincy Jones and the Luther Vandross songs, those are just a lot of BS. It's just for the song. But I told quite a few people, especially my best friends, like I'd rather die looking for it than living believing it doesn't exist.
I agree. That was really beautiful. And condolences for your mom. That never really goes away. So.
It doesn't, but at the same time, she's still here. So she's around.
Yeah. Do you want me to answer that one? Oy. My grandparents really paved a special path for me to walk in and for me to have certain expectations in my relationships. And my mom was married as well. Her husband was a great provider. He was a great provider, and they have their stuff. We all have our stuff.
We do.
But what I saw mom do was like traditional role. Like meals were made, laundry was done, clothes were ironed. She was really, really in a traditional role and in that marriage. And I'm so grateful because I'm like, you taught me how to be like a woman, how to like have a home, and create a home. But if I didn't see that and she was running around or, didn't feel motivated or wanted me to do it, wanted the kids to do it, that would be a different case. So between the strength of my grandparents and the traditional sort of male provides, woman nurtures, those were my examples.
Do you still believe in that right now? The
Absolutely.
Roles, the traditional roles?
Yes.
Exactly the same way? Or is there any modification for the times and culture?
Well, I think that there's modification for sure. I also think that you have to play to the strengths of whoever your partner is, right? So, I can't say like, oh, I want it this way if I love you and I'm choosing you as a partner and that's not what you're good at. You know what I mean? So I think every relationship is definitely different, but in this day and age, the roles are really kind of flipped upside down between men and women and what they want, and everybody's really confused. And I'm personally getting clarity on why certain societal norms were put in place in the first place, because now the whole shit's falling apart. Okay. The whole it's falling apart in some ways. But I think that people get to decide what their marriage looks like.
That part, very true. Very true.
You get to pick.
I think that I'm not sure if the traditional roles apply now. That's the thing about it. I'm not in certain ways. Hear me out. Because, like, for instance, I'm very traditional as well. As far as like I try to be, what I know to be a man in a relationship. Not to the point of just like, you speak when spoken to type of. That's how I grew up with that's my uncles and my dad's side, and that's the southern, the Arkansas, the Kansas side. But at the same time, there's certain positions that a man should take: the protector, the provider, ultimately. But at the same time, Like if I'm partnering up with you, if I'm partnering up with my partner, and like say she's good with, like maybe she can make more money than me doing that particular job that she does, then the breadwinner that spot, you know, breadwinner versus the manager of the house may switch depending. I cook. Don't get me wrong. I have a good career. Like I work in investments and all. I'm work-wise, I'm good. But I enjoy cooking. I enjoy some of my therapy is just kind of cleaning up, and you know, just the actual process of being at home and taking care of the castle.
Yeah.
And that's how I view it. Look, this is my castle,
For sure.
and I have to make sure everybody else is okay in it. I got to live with my grandparents for a little bit.
Okay.
So I got to kind of see why my father became my father. And actually, I had to care for my father actually before he passed for about 5 years in my house. So my son got to see me take care of my father. Yeah. And so, like, as far as everyone being in the house, I was saying that's such a blessing to see that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the experience that I think most people don't have.
Yeah.
And it does help you to see inside yourself, see kind of what you're really made of as far as like what made you. Right?
How you're built,
yes,
you know,
yes.
those foundational values that were put in place just based on environment, you know, and based on the circumstances you grew up in. Yeah. So that's interesting. So a large part of kind of my upbringing was being caretaker as well, because I had an uncle, Anthony, who was disabled, and so part of that, I guess, the nurturing aspect, the caring, the patience, you know, was really built on having someone who couldn't do for themselves, you know, and learning unconditional love in that way.
Yes, you do learn
what unconditional
love actually looks like. I think that was the hardest. I can't say hardest, but it was like it's interesting to see what comes out of you during those times. Yeah. It's like one of those. I have to do this. There's no choice in this. My father was blind and diabetic and hypertension, and he had all sorts of issues. He was not taking care of himself. He's literally the walking reason as to why someone should eat right. He made his own decisions, except for the blindness that was hereditary. But everything else, like his health was really bad. So I'm like literally waking him up, showering him, clothing him, all that stuff, and you realize like would I want my wife to do this for me? Like, you know, like, oh my, or if she was in this situation, would I do this for her? You're like, absolutely. And this is what it looks like. You know, it's like, wow. And you learn a lot about yourself there.
You really walked the path. We have a lot in common. We have a lot of those uncommon things in common. That's really cool. Yeah. I feel like what you learn is the phases of life. And a lot of people haven't experienced it. A lot of people haven't experienced grief. They haven't experienced unconditional love or caretaking. And it's just part of life.
You romantic? Okay, let me rephrase that question. Do you like to do things romantic as far as like you provide romance, or do you like to be romanced?
Both.
Which one would you prefer?
Well, I'm a woman, so I like to be romanced, for sure. But I think part of what makes it work is also like surprising and romancing your man too, with the things that he enjoys.
Okay.
I think it's hot. I think it's sexy.
Well, some people just want to pour it on them. You know, they're like, I just want it done for me. But then also there's the other side of it where you actually enjoy doing it. Like, I enjoy it, but I also learn from time, like, I need to get some back.
Yeah.
I need to get some back.
You can't like pour from an empty cup.
Very true.
You know?
Very true. Very true. All right. What qualities do you want what qualities do you want your ideal partner to have?
The qualities I want my ideal partner to have: loyalty, compassion, you know, patience, calm temper, like a calm demeanor. That's really important. Like not flying off the handle if something doesn't go your way or if you're upset. So like emotional self-control. It's really important. Attractive, for sure. Wellness-based lifestyle is really important to me. Just being conscientious, you know, about what you eat, what you put in your body, your physical habits, you know, working out, whatever that means. As you know, I'm in dance, so I have a physical life.
It's like working out, like, you know, folks get the remote is a curl for some people.
Heck no.
It's like walking to the refrigerator back. That's a workout.
That's so lazy. It's not. I've ended many relationships because of that lifestyle.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm a free spirit. I like to be out. I like to explore. I like the arts. I like traveling, you know? And so if your version of life is just sitting there with the remote every Friday.
What about like Sunday football? You're there all day watching.
Oh, have fun. Bye. I'm going out. I'm going skating with the girls. See ya. Enjoy football.
Okay.
Yeah. You can be yourself. I'm not saying like you can't watch television. Like everybody loves a good binge watch or whatever with a good show. But I'm talking about lifestyle.
Right.
I think the majority of people really work and they go home and they turn the TV on and they're not living. They're not growing. They're not exploring and trying new things and, you know, developing themselves and creating things, like, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, someone who is passionate about living, I think that is a really strong value. Confidence is important. You can't be shaken, man. You're shaking. Don't be shaken. I'm so cool, like whatever. Don't be shaken. I mean, the rest of that sentence, you can't be shaken by other guys.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's.
What about by you? Like, do you deem it to be like somewhat of a charming thing?
No
like
one's
you
ever
make
asked me that.
Or the other way around. Like if you met the guy and he checked off every single box, would you be nervous?
Hell yeah. For sure.
Okay.
I would still be confident though. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be like outside of myself. I think it's important to stay within yourself.
Okay.
You know?
True. Very true.
So I think that handles my list. Your turn.
Let's do it right back.
Oh yeah.
Probably the first one is probably nurturing.
Okay.
The compassionate side,
Yeah.
Loving, affectionate, also physically attractive, but that's everyone's subjective, right? But I want to be attractive to them as well. That makes sense. Like I want us both to be looking at each other like, damn, you look good. Like, no, you look good. No, you look good.
Sure.
I'm also very active, so like they have to be active. They don't actually have to do everything with me. I do want to do a lot of things with them, though. But there are a couple things that I kind of do solo, or at times I do them by myself. Like if I go do it on my own, if I go hiking on my own.
Like
for
what?
A moment.
Oh, okay.
Archery. I do archery.
That's cool.
And it's kind of like you don't really get to do that with someone else. Like that's not a partner thing per se. But that's just kind of like my quiet time.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or sometimes even if I do something on my own, but they're in the vicinity, like in the same room, still works.
Okay.
So some autonomy, as far as like they don't always have to be right next to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, close. Like we're still connected. I still need to feel a connection.
Okay.
I still need to feel a connection. And someone who just loves to have a good conversation. Like that's big. And as far as like you can chit chat, and you can also go down any rabbit hole.
Yes, and like nerd out.
You can nerd out on a few things. You get geeked on something.
On Star Wars,
that
Marvel.
Part too. Whatever. But also, you really want to. If you can hold your own in a conversation regarding just either history, politics, religion to a certain extent. The conversation to a certain extent, because I don't want any disciples. Like I'm not trying to convert people. Okay. But can have an intelligent conversation about it. And also to be open to other ideas. I think that's really big. You can be. I want you to have confidence in your belief of where you stand, but understand we don't know everything.
Yeah.
I'm really big on learning different people's perspectives, and that's not saying my perspective is right and your perspective is wrong, or vice versa. But sometimes you'll see something that I don't see because of where you stand, and if I really want to understand that, then I need to know what your perspective is. Like you see this face differently than I do because of where you sit. So if I'm sitting there, I'm counting, I only see 12. You're like, actually, there's 18. I'm like, no. But from your perspective, there's 18. I need to know that if I really want to know what that is all about, then I need to ask you and also trust your perspective. So in a relationship, I need that. I need them to tell me where they are. Be aware, because I'm in a different space, right? So if I share my side, you share your side, we see the whole thing. Whether that's a problem or whether that's roses or whatever it is. They have to have that communication with me. Is very, very, very important for me. Very important.
Okay. Okay. What are your thoughts on infidelity? Have you ever cheated? If so, what did you learn from that?
I don't play with infidelity. I'm really one that's a deal breaker for me. That's like something that is non-negotiable. I did have a girlfriend that I cheated on when I was in my 20s, early 20s. And I had to work my butt to try to get her back. I had to fly to a different country to go try to make amends. But at the same time, Ellen, it's kind of what did it say? I can't think of the word right now, but I have a rule that one time, like if you cheat, I can't trust you again. I can't do it again. And not because it's a double standard. That's what I mean. It seemed like a double standard because I did work to try to get her back, and we actually did end up, getting back together. But if the shoe was on the other foot, I would not have. And not because I didn't want to. Like I would still love that person. But I think the core foundation of love, real love to me, is trust. And if I can't trust you, I can't love you. Yeah. So as soon as that's broken, even if you try to mend it back together, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
I think the only way, if you really wanted to try to fix something or try to make amends to that relationship, is you have to work on being friends again, almost start all over again as if you're meeting a new person. But I don't know if I can do that. Mm-hmm. And that being said, I know that for me, trust is a big issue. So I have to make sure that my partner trusts me. And that's really, I want them to make sure that they trust me, they feel comfortable with me. I have no rules, no boundaries, once you get to a certain level, of course, then, phone, all that stuff, I'm not worried about anything at all.
Right.
And that's very, very important for me. Mm-hmm. You? You just say,
nah, that can't happen.
It's like, nah.
Nah, it's done. I think it's the ultimate betrayal. It's a betrayal to what's built sacredly, right? What's built intimately and sexually and emotionally. And I have no judgment on other people who work through it. It just depends on kind of where you are in your development and what works for you. But I think that we live in a really complicated world. So to go through so many emotions to find your person, right? And to like, we're here, and to be in love and to do the work and to forgive, to do all of the work and then decide you want to step out. I feel like if you want to be with that other person, or if you're not content here, then you should go be with that other person. Don't put me in a position where I have to work through being betrayed. And also, you can't really cheat on another person. You're cheating on yourself because you're breaking the deal. If we have a deal, we have an agreement, a monogamous relationship, and you break it, you broke it. You're cheating on yourself. You're betraying the agreement that was right here, And the punishment for that is losing me, because that's it. That's done, Like, again, loyalty.
You did say that first.
And I love what you said about just being honest and talking about it, because we're human beings. We go through things. Like, people are fine. Like, it's fine. We'll be tempted, right?
Of course.
But I was actually talking to a really good friend, an older gentleman today, and for whatever reason this came up, and he mentioned, of course, you can look, right? You'll look, but wisdom and maturity and valuing what it is that you have is what brings you back home, So being with someone who's cognizant of that, right? Who's like just mature and wise enough, like, I'm not gonna go blow my house up, right? Like, I'm about to lose half. Like, like, why would I do that? Oh yeah, it's done. It's California. I'm about to lose everything, with this person that I built with. So, forgiveness is always on the table too. You have to do that. But no, that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, you can forgive someone and not stay.
Yep.
So you've never cheated on someone?
It was really complicated because we were on and off. So my like,
Hold on.
she's not so perfect. So my, the most significant relationship in my life was like 10-year relationship. We were together a really long time. I was really young when we met, and it didn't work out. And it was on and off. Like it was on and off. It was kind of like open. There was a lot of fluidity. So I don't even really know how to answer that question because there was a lot of conversation around, well, what does our relationship look like? And what are you allowed to do and what I'm allowed to do? You know what I mean?
Did you feel like you stepped out? Did you feel like you cheated?
No.
You felt
I
like
don't. No. But he cheated on me for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Was it the similar action he did? Action-wise, he did the same thing that you did?
Well,
Or was just a different understanding of what happened?
well, he had sex with someone else. And during the time that, in my understanding, we were together, that was a together period. Right. And I'm asking you and telling you and then like getting the downloads that I'm getting about what's going on, and you're lying to me.
Okay.
You're lying to me. And then I look, and it's so easy. And I find out, something else. And I did leave. I left. But I came back because I loved him. And I didn't know better. When you know better, you do better. When you value yourself different, you make different decisions. So that was so long ago. I was like 22 when that happened. Not so long ago. So there's been a huge, growth spurt, in my value of myself and my love of myself. To not stay in a situation that the trust has been betrayed. It's good. That was good.
How do you feel about dating someone who already has children? And would you treat them like your own? Actually, a great question.
Okay, it just got serious.
Inquiring minds want to know. Because I do have a son and a daughter, actually.
Okay. So, it really depends on the person, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
There's been guys I've dated that have had children, and I'm like, no, I don't want to meet your kids, because I know this isn't going to work out. But if I really like them, and I think that there's potential for it to work out, I would, with like big arms, embrace the children. I love children. I love kids. I'm a big kid at heart too, and kids are dope.
Does the age matter?
No, the age doesn't matter because I think that they both offer like fun experiences. So if there's a teenage girl and I'm like the new girlfriend, like we're going to do girl things together. Bye. Like we're going shopping, we're going to get our nails done, we're going to, you know what I mean? Or if there's a young boy, then like I'm going to the baseball games, I'm supporting in that way, or, so I think kids are dope.
The parenting side of it is mom involved, mama drama, all that stuff. How much does that weigh into it?
Well, I think that, it's funny you asked. I actually asked my girlfriend about this. I think that before children are involved in a situation, that there should be kind of a meeting of the minds, right? Of like, this is my girlfriend, and just woman to woman. Like, I wouldn't even meet somebody's children without talking to the parent.
Really?
No.
So before you want to talk to the
so.
mom before you meet the kids.
There should
Even
be
if there's baby mama drama going on, or there's an issue, you still want to meet her.
I'm not scared of her. Like, what's she gonna do?
And I had a blended family. My household was blended. So actually, my daughter's not biologically mine.
Wow.
I raised her since she was little because I'm in my son's life. Like I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And we did co-parent. My son's grown. He's out of the house now.
Okay.
But Christmases, birthdays, we're all together.
Yeah.
She was being on the other foot. I mean, of course, I love kids, so I'm gonna raise. I don't care 5, 15, whatever. But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure that the parent is respected. Like meaning the mom's gonna be still respected. The dad's gonna be respected.
How important is it for you to make your partner feel as if they have a voice in your relationship?
It is essential. It is absolutely top. Because if I'm trying to build my life with you, around you, I need to know how you feel about things. I need to hear your concerns. I need to hear your hopes, your dreams. Like, especially if it's, go old traditional, right? If I'm just working my ass off, I need to know what's your dream. What am I working for? You got to tell me what we're trying to do here. Like, you want the house on the hill, you want the beach house or whatever, you want to travel. I need to tell, like, that's going to help motivate me, because like I'm going to work for a purpose. Like, I want to get my baby this, I want to get her this, versus you're not telling me and I don't know anything,
You can't make her happy.
No, we're going to toast to make sure all of our prayers are answered and our needs are met.
Yes.
Whether it be
In Jesus' name.
in life and in love.
Cheers. That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
I think the date went well. It was very conversational, felt very natural. For me, good eye contact, good interaction, good energy.
When I first saw him, the thought that went through my mind was like, wow, he's beautiful. Like a handsome, attractive guy, being fine is different, but he seems like he's a beautiful person. And I could tell when I felt his energy, and he had an amazing smile, which, yeah.
Very beautiful. A natural beauty. I'm a fan of that. Great smile, great eyes. But yeah, she was very, very attractive. And I was trying not to be like, hey, I was just all right, just act cool, calm down.
What made me pause or hesitate that it would work was the cheating in the 20s. I didn't like that. But, he redeemed himself. We all grow, we all learn. Another pause was also the children with the baby mama. I'm wondering if there is some real drama there. And so that could be a challenge, but I'm not scared.
I think the one, when I had to kind of circle back to something she asked earlier, was the infidelity question. Because she was like, well, I did it, but maybe I didn't do it. And I was like, well, what does that mean? But no red flags, nothing like that, no. It would be something similar as far as an area to continue to converse. So if I took her on a second date, or where would I take her? I would take her to a place we can talk for a little bit. Since the basis of this this first date was a conversation, I want to continue the conversation. A chance to get to know each other. I have a couple places in mind that at least allow you to talk, have drinks and some food. But then, as far as I would not pick a specific theme spot, because I still need to know more about her, so I have to ask more questions, at least kind of glean more information, see what she likes, what she doesn't like, types of music, live music, or movies, or TV, something like that. But second one would just be a place to continue the conversation.
I can definitely see myself going on a second date with him. I think we'd have a good time.
My name is Antonio Goodwin. I'm here with Black Love Exists, and you just watched Dating with Intention.
I am Sakina Ibrahim. I'm here with Black Love Exists, and you just watched Dating with Intention.